are actually like digital assets that can be created, sold or bought through online marketplaces that are built on public blockchain platform. And artists use NFTs as an ownership contract that is linked to their publicly hosted digital contents like video, image. It can be like music, and
Right.
we can transfer that NFT as a to the buyer as a certificate of ownership.
Right.
So this certificate of ownership is not the same as copyrights, but more like an autographed content from the creators.
Right.
And the creators are guaranteed for royalties and everything. So altogether, it's giving like a lot more value to the art created
Right.
by the artist, and that digital ownership sounds like a patent for your art. Like, so that is where the value is coming, and the more utility that you add, and if you have more ideas about the projects that you're doing it, the value of the NFTs are going up.
Right.
So that is where the importance of NFTs come.
But there are a lot of people who say that, right? You can always take a screenshot of an NFT and use it, right? Like, how do you define this ownership? Like, how do you back this ownership?
See, in the beginning, there is a lot of speculations happening because people are not familiar with this thing, like, so, uh, as you know, like, it's connected with money, like the more it is connected with money, the more scams will come, and people try
Right.
to do all sort of things. But right now, it's a common word everywhere. Everyone knows what is NFT. So people can easily figure out the credibility of the artwork by looking at the history of an art, like, and who is the artist and everything. So here, if you want to become like a good artist or a good collector, the fundamental thing is to understand and have enough knowledge in NFTs. Like, it's like entering into trading or shareholders, or even if
Right.
you are entering into a real estate business. If you don't understand that space or domain, and if you're investing your money into real estate, you can imagine how it is
Yeah.
going, right? So some people will say like, okay, this land is very good, you're going to buy it and you'll get return. And you can't buy that land just by hearing some friends are telling about it, like, so you'll do your own research. And
Right.
in NFTs, many people are not doing it. That's why all these malfunctions are happening. And so knowledge and research is very much needed in this space. That
Right.
is very crucial. Yeah.
So anything, like any particular asset to have a value, it depends upon if someone else is ready to buy it from me, right?
Yeah,
And to do that, blockchain also is an amazing technology which solves it, right? It gives you a ledger from the
exactly.
start to the end, who is the buyers and all. But do you think there is a lack of information on how to, because there are a lot of people, we make usernames. I can make Melvin Thambi .01, and I can
Yeah.
start selling counterfeit NFTs with the same. I can take a screenshot and make a different blockchain. I can mint the same NFT on a different blockchain, maybe try to sell it out. So is there a way I can authenticate, or to, okay, this is an NFT from Melvin Thambi, even if it has been sold multiple times and I'm like maybe the fifth buyer of that same NFT? I should know, okay, this is the same guy. This is the authentic NFT and not the others.
Yeah, that is where, see, I used to push many designers and artists to show off and talk about their work, like, not just putting that in the marketplace and moving away. It won't work like that, like, so right now, the major benefit is like anyone can become a celebrity right now if you have like a quality cut, like, if it is validated, those are the days like you need to work hard and you need to do a lot of PR and a lot of stuff to become a celebrity in today's world. Because of this technology, good or bad, like, anyone can become a celebrity in a matter of like one day or few minutes.
Right.
So showing off and talking about your work is very important, and connecting with reliable communities and the source of uh, people, right? That is also very much needed. So if you do that, automatically you will know the brand. Like, for example, if you are planning to buy my work, you will automatically know me as a brand, and you can see the track of record that I have in this NFT space, and then it will prove like an authentic project. And instead of blindly buying from any artist or any project, try to, that is what I'm saying, like the research part. Like, for example, people might say like, okay, There are some amazing projects like Cool Cats, Doodles, and World of Women,
Right.
Dead Fellas, and but you need
Yeah.
to go through their track record. You need to enter into their Discord channel. You need to interact with the founders if possible. So
Right.
you need to take that much time. Like you need to invest a lot on time more than money. Then then you will get an idea. And some projects might favor for you. Some projects might favor for
Right.
me as well. Like if you are for example, I love going to many NFT related events and everything. So I
Okay.
might invite in V friends and I might buy a weekend ticket. But
Uh,
you might be in India or in Kerala where you don't want to go to any event, but you want to connect everything in online. So buying a weekend ticket might not fa- eh,
yeah.
favor
Right.
to you, because if I buy that NFT and go to that event. So
Correct.
you need to figure it out. Like every NFTs are not for everyone. That is very
Mm.
important. Like whether you connect with that community vibe, like whether you connect with the
Mm.
board app community, like is that your vibe? You need to check it. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it doesn't work like that. Research and knowledge, that is an important factor. People think like it's like easy money, like okay, buy something like this and hold it and sell it when it is high. It won't work like that. Like yeah, sometimes on a fluke you will get some money, but it's not all about like that. And it's very interesting, like to study about all these projects. It's very exciting as well
So
how
in
it is
fact,
evolving.
to add to this story, like because you said a lot of research needs to be done. So I have bought a few of the NFTs, and some of the projects were actually, so I got scammed once with one of the project. Secondly, there, so like you said about community project, there are like three types of NFT project which I have seen. One is very artist related, like if the artist is famous, his work is famous, it could be a painter, it could be a musician, and you can buy their audio clips or maybe even the paintings or graphics and sell it off, right? The second is like community based, if you want to be a part of a particular community like board ape, right? And you can buy that NFT and you get exclusive access to that community. And third is probably a utility based NFT, which is like purely utility. You can, maybe our properties or real estate could be some kind of NFT tomorrow and we can buy it off, right? So in this community based NFT, like I bought I think a few of the NFTs, where today, because the recession and the market has fallen, the founders have left. Right? So they are no longer in touch. And now the moderators of the Discord groups have taken over and they are stepping up and they are trying to control the community. And on the other hand, there are really good projects, like you said, cool cats. I have a cool cat. I also have a cool pet. They are doing fine. So every day I go on the Cooltopia and I feed my cats every day some food and all those things. And it's gamified the entire experience and they're keeping you engaged in all those things. I don't know how much value I'll get after I evolve that cat and what will happen tomorrow with the pet and everything. But that's an interesting way of engaging with the community as well. There is something happening there. So yeah, like you said, the research is very important. Not all projects are for everyone. You will get scammed also in this space. It's a very risky space to be in also. Yeah.
Yeah, see, you put a very good example. Like for example, you bought a project which was in very hype, like at a later stage, the founders ran away, like so
Yeah.
you are in trouble right now. But if you are engaging with their community or in Discord or somewhere, right, and if you invested on a project and if you're connecting with that community for a long time, you might get an idea like what is happening in that project. At that time, you can plan what to do with that project.
What to do. Right.
But if you are not connecting with the community, you are just gazing around and you are thinking like,
Yeah.
okay, this project is good and we are buying something and we are buying this thing, that thing, like, and
Yeah.
you are not connecting with the community, you are not at all research. I know many collectors doing the same way, like
Yeah.
they just buy because some friends are recommending. Then on a sudden,
Okay.
like they will know like, oh, the founders are not not there, and if they try
Yeah.
to flip
Yeah.
that project, they won't get the value as well. But if
Right.
you're going with that community, you will know like, okay, something fishy is going to happen, so let me scoot from this project, like so. This kind of ideas will only happen when you engage and educate yourself
Right.
daily, like as you know, like I don't have like a cool cat, but I have like two cool pets, which I made a mistake, like because I thought like a cool cat was a very cool project, which I really like, in the beginning itself, but I forgot about it. I was busy with many things, like, and I didn't buy it, but within a matter of time, it's
Yeah.
become like a huge project, and the price went high and everything. But later, as you know, right now the price went down like anything as well.
Yeah.
um, then I bought a cool pet, and I went to Cooltopia in NFT NYC, and the experience was amazing. Like
Yeah.
the experience that they gave in that space. So, like for some reason, I'm really connected with that project. Even
Yeah.
though we know like it's a lost project right now. Like you
Yeah.
won't get the value that you invested, so you will be holding it. What is making you to hold it? Because you see like a huge potential. You imagine like that,
Yeah.
like you will get a huge potential when NFTs become like a mainstream, where then the price will go up or something like that. So yeah, all these things happen when you start engaging with the project. So engagement is the another thing, research, education, and
Yeah.
engagement. Like that also matters. Yeah.
Keeping the entire community engaged and motivated is like one of the things the whoever starts NFT projects needs to do it very seriously. Otherwise, it loses that momentum and everything goes haywire.
See, the other thing that we need to realize is, see, every time we think like a buy sell, like why we are going with this mentality all the time, like for example, if you're going to an art exhibition or something, you're buying a painting because you want to own it, like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
owning some artwork or some quality material, like we are
Yeah.
not in that situation right now, like we don't think that way, like especially Indians, we all are Indians, like, but we always think like buy something, sell it, and make profit,
That sells
like
it.
but if you are a designer or artist, like sometimes you buy something to own it, like, or sometimes you engage with a community.
Right.
See, for example, Cool Cat or some other projects, right? I'm investing on that project, or I'm engaging with that project just to understand how
Mm.
how much this can grow, like how
True.
much this NFT space can evolve, like for example, when I play with Cool Pet, people might find me silly, like this old man, what he's doing there, like, but what I'm finding fun is like, okay, NFTs can do this much, like, okay, you can get that gamification in a web app through NFTs and connecting with
Yeah.
blockchain. Wow. So we can grasp that idea, and we can bring something more innovative ideas out of it. Like it's
Out of it.
not every time about buying and selling. Like I'm not that kind of mentality. Like see, for example, before I bought my first iPhone, what I did was like I bought the headphone headset. Like so just to get that experience. Like then slowly I bought into the Apple ecosystem.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm trying to say. Like every time it's not about buying and selling. It's like collecting is also there,
Collection.
and learning from your collection is also there. Yeah.
So have you heard about this project called as Clonex?
Yeah, yeah,
Clonex. It's
yeah.
amazing, right? The artist also really amazing work he does. So now he's also collaborating with a lot of like Nike, and they are getting some uh, Nike shoes, and they are creating NFTs out of it, right? So I want to ask you, as an NFT artist, like, are you getting approached by brands or anything which has a commercial use case for an NFT, not just an artwork, but something other types of use cases which you are working on, or maybe you have any idea?
Yeah, I got a lot of opportunities, like to work with different type of projects, like, but unfortunately, I'm working for another company, like, so I'm not interested to join any other company right now.
Mm.
But if you are into this space, and that is the other big opportunities that is coming right now, like the job opportunities that you're getting. Many designers and artists doesn't know about that spectrum, like they think like, okay, if you are a good artist, you can shine in NFTs. Not like that, like if you have good knowledge in NFTs, and if
Yeah,
you are very much interested, and if you know the space very much, there is a lot of tons of job opportunities there, like where you can be like a product designer, you can apply that same skill set into any project which is
correct.
associated with NFTs and blockchain. So which is going to open up very soon. Already it opened, I think. I'm getting a lot of job opportunities in LinkedIn, which shows like, okay, it's like Web3 world is opening up. So don't worry about the market crash and everything. It will happen, and I think whenever some calamity, the global calamity happens in financial world or another world, I always think like it's a great time to grow something which is much
Yeah,
more bigger.
true.
Like for example, you can see like how many companies flourish on COVID. You know,
Yeah,
because that is a human nature. Like we all are humans, and that is how it works. Like if you are getting good salary and good job and everything, you are lazy people. Like all are lazy people, and we get into that comfort zone problem. But if some layoff is happening and if the job market is going down and everything, then you will start using the small thing called brain, like, and
true.
you will
Yeah,
struggle and you will try to sustain in this space. That is where your innovations are coming, like that is where all these things happen. So the market crash in NFTs, I think it's a very good idea because there was no concept of utility or interoperability, right? Like they were just thinking like, okay, hype some project and make value out of it and sell it, like. But when the market crash happens, now each and every project is thinking what next.
what to do.
So
Yeah,
that's good.
that's good.
So yeah, that's what I think. So the job market is going to open up, and definitely all the designers are going to uh, get good results out of it. All the marketing, branding. See, every project needs all these things, right? They need a
Yeah.
website, they need like a branding, they need a marketing, they need a product design and everything. That user experience. When you think about a startup company, it's almost the same like when you start an NFT project as well.
So one question, like we saw your NFT fam, like the hashtag NFT fam. We saw NFT Malayali as a different concept you're exploring. What is this all about, like, and how did it start?
So NFT Malayali is like a educational platform we started, which you can call as a community as well. Like I started with my friend Anandan Nadamil. He's like a 23-year-old. Now he's 24, I think. Like a designer who is in Kerala. So he already had a community, a small community. Like, and he connected with me and he bring me into the NFT space. Like then we thought like we need to spread this message all over India. Like so in order to spread this message all over India, we need to start locally. Like so then uh, I thought like why can't we put it like NFT Malayali, which might sound like two different subjects and it might catch the
Yeah,
attention of people as well. Like so I put that name and we created a logo in like 10 minutes or something, and we took a Medium page, like as a website, and
correct.
so
Yeah,
took a domain and connected with that Medium thing. Like so what we are thinking is like this is very new, and in India people think like, okay, let's see what happens. Like this attitude
yeah,
is there, right? Like this is in our blood. Like you think, okay,
yeah,
that's good, let's see how it goes. Like but before you think how it goes, people might be making money out of it. Like so I thought like all Indians are very smart. Like even when you come to US as well, you will see it's very soon. Like um, most of the Indians are making good impact over here in outside India as well. So why can't Indians can utilize their skills and logic skills and reasoning skills and apply? That is exactly what is needed in NFT space. So we thought to educate people about it. Like so we started having like clubhouses and Twitter spaces and talking to colleges and everything through this brand. Like I thought like we need to have like a brand that is NFT Malayali, and uh, so some good amazing people were there, like Adib, he's like a blockchain expert. Like Mahesh, he's like a
wow.
more into like NFT security, blockchain. He knows more about it. Like, and Arif was there. He was moderating all this clubhouse and Twitter space. So we make like a small team. Like, and we started educating people. So education was the core idea about it. Like uh, giving the idea about NFTs. So it went very well. Like, and after 1 year, we thought like uh, we can't. We don't need, like we don't need to do more on those on that community, because the major milestone we already achieved, like onboarding many people into NFTs and spreading the knowledge, like,
Right.
so we don't want to repeat the same thing, and we don't have any bigger ideas on that thing. So we stopped, like I stepped out and uh, asked some youngsters to run it. Yeah, that is what it is all about, NFT Malayali. And that was a simple step that we started. So that was an experimental community idea that we started, and slowly you will see bigger ideas coming out of it, like maybe NFT Malayali or some other community or something else,
Mm.
uh, yeah, whenever I get time, like I'm thinking about it as well. Then NFT Art Fam happened because my wife is a traditional artist, and I really want to know, like, whether a traditional artist can enter into NFTs and whether she will understand, like, because I was inspiring many traditional artists to come, and I was motivating them, but there was an artist in my home, like, so I thought, like, why can't I tell her to start, like, so she thinks a lot before jumping to anything. So she took enough time about it, and then she started doing that. And we experimented, like putting a painting as it is, like taking a photo and putting it as an NFT, and it really worked out. Then she got busy with her online art classes, I think. So
Okay.
she's not doing much art right now, but she's also planning to do more artworks for the NFT space as well. Then I thought, like, whether the Gen Z can, Gen Z, artists, like my daughter is like 13 years old, like, so we started her artwork as well. She's more into character art and animation and all sort of. Her style is entirely different, like we are like traditional artists, and she's like more engaged here in this US culture,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
so she watch a lot of animation movies and cartoons and everything, and she always loved to write about stories and everything, so I bought her also, and she got very excited about this space, and she got a lot of attention, and she sold more than like 100 plus NFTs, and she is working on a
Wow.
project, right? She's working on her new project right now. And see, the main thing is like the exposure that she got, more than the sales or anything, like she got she got sold out in two marketplaces, like three marketplaces, in Foundation, OpenSea, and in WazirX. She put works and she got sold out, like in OpenSea one work is pending, like, but yeah, but more than the sales, what I really like is like the quality of work that she improved within 1 year, like she started drawing, like outlining style of, you can see that when you go to that foundation, you can see that uh, growth in her artwork as well. So she started drawing, and her vacation was like 2 months. It's going to finish right now. The entire 2 months she was working on her new project, which is like 1,200 piece with her two characters, so she got a lot of opportunity to speak at different places. She was a featured artist in NFT NYC. She was a speaker there as well. And she already talked in like six NFT events as a speaker, So
Wow. Okay.
that's a good example. It's not about my daughter that I'm talking about, but what I'm excited about is like how much opportunities a 13-year-old artist is getting right now. If you're engaged and involved, like, so you can imagine, like, if you're like a very experienced designer, what are the opportunities for you.
So you spoke about traditional art, but but when you create it digitally, doesn't that lose that traditional authenticity to it? Or is it like you create a traditional one and you sell the ownership as an NFT and then you deliver it? Like how does it work?
See, don't consider NFTs like a digital material all the time, like it's all, what is NFTs at the end of the day? It's like an image, video, or music
Yeah.
file or something like that, right?
Right. Right.
There are tons of things you can think about it, like image means it can be like a photograph, it can be like a drawing, it can be like a digital drawing, it can be like a screenshot, it can be
Right.
your going forward, those can be like PDF of your car registration or land property or whatever, like, so
Right. Right.
think in that way, like it's people think like, okay, everything should be digital and everything should be animated to make it like an NFT. Nothing like that.
Right.
For example, my wife worked with a, famous singer, like they collaborated and they did a work where the singer wrote her poem and she composed the music, like, and
Okay.
my wife, me, she draw her painting, like the portrait. And then we took that photo and just like animate it, not animating in the sense like making anything out of that painting, but just zooming into the details. That's it. And the
Okay.
music will be playing background. So that entire stuff, an entire creative art is the NFT, the
Okay.
video, the artwork, and the content and the music, everything together becomes like an NFT. So
Okay.
you can think tons of ideas out of it.
Tons of
So it
ideas.
doesn't matter. Yeah.
So, so as an individual designer, if I have to start an NFT project, like what are the skill sets do I need, or do I need a team only? Because see, I have to get it minted on a blockchain, Ethereum. There are different blockchains. So, like you said, there is a blockchain expert. You're working with blockchain experts, and different types of blockchain security and all those things are there. Now, as an individual, if I have to do it, how should I do it? Or should I consult with someone? Or is there any agency who does it for me? Or there are marketplaces of OpenSea. I know like you can go and upload and mint, create a project out of that. But uh, is there another way of properly publishing my project? Like if I'm a completely someone amateur, I am a graphic artist and I want to create an NFT. So how do I start?
See, for example, imagine like you don't know anything about NFTs, but you heard a lot about NFTs, like, and there is some value out of it, and you really want to enter into that space. Then the first thing that I would say is like go through like at least 15 to 16 YouTube videos which talks about NFTs, or take like 1 month or like 2 weeks at least, continuously studying about NFTs and getting into some project, try to buy one NFT, like instead of minting one NFT, like if you are not convinced about buying an NFT, how can you sell
How will
one
you
work?
say? True.
Yeah. If you are not investing your money, like, so there's a little bit investment needed for putting your work as an NFT, right? It's not like a big money, but some small money is needed if you want to become like an NFT creator. Try to buy one work. If you're not convinced, then don't enter. It's that simple, like that's what I'm telling to many friends. Like he's telling like, "Oh, no, it's like a lot of money. Then why you're expecting a lot of money for your work? Don't expect, like
Yeah.
just try to buy, then you will feel the pain, like that is exactly what the other collectors might be thinking about buying your work, like for example, I'm an artist and I'm coming to this space and I'm trying to sell some work, like the collectors might be thinking, who is this person, like what is his knowledge in NFTs, what is his future plans, like or he's just a famous artist, that's it, like so like you are collecting some work, right? So be a collector first, at least by a small work, like then you will know like what and all you need to do to become like a good NFT artist. Like for example, if you're very new to NFT and if you want to spend like say like 10,000 rupees, like you're thinking like, okay, I have 10,000 rupees and I'm going to buy an NFT. You know how much time you will spend?
Yeah.
Yeah, if that is the only money that you have, then you might spend like
Yeah.
one month or 2 months going through different type of NFTs and
Correct.
looking at different artists. That is a good knowledge. That is a good idea. Don't ask
Right.
any friends or anyone. That don't try to learn from zero to something.
Right.
Try to buy something that is good enough for you to become like a good NFT person. I'm using NFTs for the growth of an artist. Like for example, I'm using NFTs for my wife to build her brand. Like I'm using NFTs for building my brand. Like, and at the end of
Right.
the day, NFTs are like establishing your branding. In a new age. Like
Yeah.
think in that way. It's not everything about art. It's not everything about utility. It's more about like how you can use NFTs as the new tool for branding and marketing as well. That is
Yes.
another big feature which people don't realize.
Right. Right.
So, so my plans is beyond NFTs, like not just being here, because the metaverse is like the other space that is going to
Boom. Yeah.
boom, like it's not like booming or what I would say, like it's going to evolve and evolve. Like when you connect to your art, your skill with NFTs, then connect that with metaverse, then with
True.
futuristic ideas, right? That is where the whole world is evolving, like, and it's very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm having a lot of fun, like I'm enjoying it, like while talking to you guys as well. And while it's not about I'm creating something, I'm getting worried, like, okay, nothing is selling. I don't bother at all, like I have a lot of projects I invested on. It's like, I don't worry about it.
Yeah. Same here. We are in the same boat.
It's fun. It's fun. Yeah, so don't get panic. That is what I want to say to everyone. Like, don't get panic and don't get overwhelmed with all those information. I don't know anything about blockchain. Like if I want to know more about blockchain, I will hire a developer or I will consult a developer. Like, and they will take care of. And the
Right.
important factor that I want to say is, like, I was interested in this interview because of your collaboration. Future, it is collaboration. It's not like individual skills. Like when you look at my daughter, like she's like a 13-year-old artist and she's doing the art, and I am collaborating with her and teaching her different tools like Trello. She's using Trello right
Right.
now. She's using Figma right now, and she's working with a developer, so she's understanding what is Webflow and everything. So everything happens because she's collaborating. But if she's thinking like, okay, I'm the only person behind every project, you're not going to
Yeah.
shine. And I don't believe in that. Like, teamwork and collaboration always matter.
Yeah.
And don't be too selfish. Yeah, collaborate and work together and create magic. Like create outstanding ideas. I want to give a good advice to all the designers, all the creative people. Like, don't be like like big fan of any tool, or like see, tools are for your easy purpose. Like I use a app called Splice to edit my videos. Like I know Final Cut Pro and Premiere, but I don't use it. Like because it's a waste of time. Like for example, if I want to make a reel or something, like Splice is more than enough. Like, and I use Canva a lot. Like I was using Sketch, Figma, Photoshop, and uh, I was suggesting that to one of my teammates, I said, like, why am I spending like one day on Premiere Pro? Like, uh, can you just use Canva? Because the requirement is just this, like one image, one text animation, and some elements. Use Canva, like 10 minutes, that's done. Like use Premiere Pro if it is like a very good long length video. Like if you want to give add color grading and everything. Like use Premiere Pro or Final Cut. So creative people should have that idea. People think like, okay, using comic sans is a sin, like designers should drink coffee all the time. Remove all these stereotypes, like, and all this cliche thing, like just use tools and everything, like, and don't think like, okay, I'm a UI UX designer, I will only do this thing. I, I'm not going to do any video. Then you're stuck. Then you're stuck. Like, because uh, that is how people want to see. Like for example, if you are talking about a book, if you might write a big story in Medium, people don't want to hear it. Like, but
Yeah.
put your phone like this and do a selfie video and talk like, okay, hey guys, this is the book. Like I learned 10 things. Use Canva and put like 10 bullet points here and write that 10 things and point your finger like this and say like, okay, this is this thing, this, and put it like a 20-second video. Put it in Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, blah blah blah, anywhere. People are getting value.
Yeah.
So use your design skill. You use your creative skill more than being like a telling like a brand kind of concept. Like I am only using Figma. I'm only using Sketch. Like I feel I'm worried about this concept. Like creative people should never think like that. See, what is the major purpose of a designer? What is the major purpose of a designer? It's not like creating a beautiful word. It's more like helping a business. For that, use your skill. That's it. Tools and everything. Like use anything, whatever it is. Use paint. That's okay.